YouTube, what's good? This your boy Hendrick back with another one. And today we are going to react to something a little different than, the Kendra G's, the Ashley Daltons, and all that stuff. I found this video from Love Made Logicals, the channel. And the title of it is, How Do You Compare to the Average Man? So, as men, we're always, striving for better. We're trying to find ways to self-improve, work on ourselves, and try to put our best foot forward and be the best man that we possibly can. So, hey man, according to this video, let's see where you stack. Whoever watches this video, man, ladies, you can watch as well. I definitely want to see where I stack compared to the rest of the competition, according to this video. And without further ado, let's get to it.
Mathematically accurate rendering of the average American man. He's 5 feet 9 1/4 inches tall, 200 pounds at 26% body.
All right, so that's the average body composition for a man. 5'9". Let me know if y'all are that. I myself, I'm taller than 5'9". 199 pounds. That's pretty big for a guy that's 5'9". I weigh more than 199 pounds too. And the body fat, I don't know. I know my BMI is like a 24 or 25, so I probably got less than 26% body fat. But so there go the measurements for a man in current times. So let's continue the video.
He was created by graphic artist Nicolay Lamb to illustrate America's growing obesity crisis. But when I first saw him, another thought crossed my mind. How do I measure up next to this average guy?
Yeah.
I think it's something we've all wondered at some point in time. How do I compare to the average man?
Yeah.
Am I smarter, hotter, better in bed? Statistically speaking, you probably think you are. 65% of Americans think they're above average intelligence.
That is interesting. 65% of people think they're above average when it comes to intelligence. What say you? I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of those 65% of people who think that. So, a lot of us are self-centered, so that's not surprising. But let's see what else this video has to say.
59% above average attractiveness, and 80% think they're above average in bed. Even though logically,
let me let it go.
80% can't be above average, we still think so. This is due to what's called the better than average effect, a bias that leads us to overrate ourselves in just about everything. Morality, intelligence, our ability to land a plane. But if nearly everyone thinks they're above average in everything, is there a way to really know where we stand? In this video, we're going to break down the stats, the science, and the surprising realities.
Let me go back here.
Thinks they're above average in everything. Is there a way to really know where we stand? In this video,
right there. All right. So, the average man, minus the peen size, 5'9" and 1/4. He can bench press, an average man can bench press 135 pounds. That's crazy. That's light. That's nasty work. And weighs about 198, but it's crazy because earlier in the video, the average weight was like 199 and change, but about 198 pounds. And the average man, now the average salary, it has to vary depending on age group, but I guess that's just general for a man, $65,000 a year. So are you the average man? This is an interesting statistic here. 5'9", bench press. Based on this video, I'm not the average man. That's for sure. But let's continue. Let's see what peen size. They left that blank, but I already know average penis size is like. I think I googled it. I think it's like, man, slightly under 5.5 inches. Something like that. It's like 5. It's like 5 and change. So
we're going to break down the stats, the science, and the surprising realities of where the average man really stands, and use those stats to put something together to definitively say if you're actually above average. So, to break down the stats of the average man, we're going to go over 3 categories: appearance, wealth, and relationships. Starting out with the physical attributes of the average man, he is, as mentioned earlier, 5 feet 9 and a quarter inches tall, weighing 199.8 pounds, and is 26% body fat.
Yep.
But he's also 37 years old.
Interesting now. All right. So that is the average measurements, if you will, attributes of a 37-year-old man. I myself, I'm not 37, I'm 35. So I'm a little younger. But, yeah, man, those are the attributes. Interesting here. Okay.
Despite being the same height, the average 25-year-old American is 20 pounds lighter than the average 37-year-old, and is only 21%.
All right, so let me zoom out a little bit. Oh, sorry. Ooh, there you go. See it right there? So, the 25-year-old is 5'9", by about actually the same height. So obviously you don't, after you stop growing, obviously. But he's in better shape, which is normal, and has less body fat. But I can guarantee you his income is far lower as well.
Body fat, 5% lower than his older counterpart, showing the decline of the average man's body composition as he ages. Yeah. Another thing that declines with age is the average man's hairline.
I can attest to this. I can attest to this, fellas. Y'all, older brothers, we already know the trials and tribulations of that. I can attest to this too.
At 20 years old, the average man has a Norwood 1 hairline, meaning only small amounts of recession at the temples. But by 37, the overall average, the average man has a Norwood 3 hairline, significant temple and corner recession.
Yep.
Although not really part of appearance, strength is something I'm sure you're curious about anyway. So here's how strong the average man is. The average man benches 135 pounds, squats 155 pounds, and deadlifts 175.
Well, there you go, fellas. All my gym rats, I don't squat anymore because I had an incident that effed me up. I was doing like 315 back in high school, and thing landed funny, and I almost suffered a major injury. So I just leg press heavy weights. I do dumbbell squats, other leg extensions, other things, box jumps, stairmasters, other things to make my legs powerful. So, but I was definitely, even in high school, squatting way more than 155. So I don't do deadlifts, and I bench, and I do much more than 135. So these are the average numbers. And you know what? Just going to the gym, it's in line. Most people can't bench 225, 2 plates of 45 with the barbell being 45 pounds. So yeah, a lot of people just do those numbers coincide with what I see in the gym for sure.
This may seem low to some of you, but when you account for the fact that only 23% of Americans go to the gym, it makes a lot of sense.
That is telling. And it coincides with what he said earlier, the obesity problem in America. 23% of Americans only go to the gym and lift. That's crazy. So there's also a lot of people that go to the gym that don't lift any weights. They just come in there, they run the treadmill, and then they bounce. And that's typically older people. You know, a lot of women do the same thing. They don't do much heavy lifting. That's crazy. Those numbers, those spliffs right there, that's crazy.
The last part of appearances to discuss is the schlong. The average man is 5.36 inches long.
Oh, see, there you go. Average peen size, 5.36 inches. That's crazy work too. And that's fully erect, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies, I know y'all want a man, got a 8, 9, 10 inch ding dong between his legs. That's not normal. That's above average. You know, that's an above average ding dong right there. Just letting y'all know, ladies. Not there. Y'all want a man 6 feet tall, 6'6", this. Hey, Just know that dude's extra. That dude's an extraordinary individual that you're seeking.
According to a meta-analysis using lengths measured by researchers, notably a full inch shorter than the average self-reported length. Moving on to wealth, the income of the average American man is $65,752 per year before taxes. This will obviously vary depending on age, though. These are the
Now, hold on.
average annual income.
Now let's take a look at age group by income. The average before taxes was a little over 65K. 37. Boom. Most people, this is men and women, average salary, you in the 55, 65K range. And most people plateau as far as earnings go in their early to mid 40s, and then there's a drop off because of retirement, things of that nature. Most people, after they start working, do not make the same amount of money, obviously, because you're not working. They're relying on pensions, retirement, 401ks, whatever investments they put in. So, yeah. The graphs tells you all you need to do right there. And this group, 16 to 24, 25 to 34, fellas. That's the time you're supposed to be building, working on yourself on the incline with income. You make more money when you're older, theoretically, in most cases.
In America by age cohort. Young men, as expected, earn less than their older counterparts, with earning power peaking around 50 before gradually declining until retirement.
Yep.
In addition to income, we need to look at the average man's net worth. Despite
average man's net worth. Do you see this right here? Net worth. Most people's net worth, under the age of 45, most people have a net worth of under $100,000 a year. This is telling right here. This lets you, despite what social media says and all the glitz and glamour of online, no, a lot of people's financial situation is in the red. It's in the red, ladies and gentlemen. Social media has a lot of people fooled. A lot of people fooled.
the earning power of the American population being quite good, the net worth of Americans is not as high as you might expect. 270K with retirement right around the corner is a pretty tough spot to be in.
And let me tell you something. You see the average net worth is over 250K. That's not enough to retire. Tell you that right now. Your net worth, retiring, you need to have at least, I believe the number is 2.5 million to retire. Net worth. It definitely has, I believe it's between like 1.5 and 2.5 million to retire comfortably. Especially in today's economy. And those, let me tell you something, those numbers are only going to increase. Only going to increase. Most people cannot retire. Most people will have to work for till they're taking their last breath. It's sad but true. Despite what social media is telling y'all, these numbers here. Now, is it the Bible? Is it the end all be all as far as data and statistics? No, but it gives you a perspective as far as what's really going on out here. Most people have to work, and most people are struggling. Most people do not understand wealth, and most people don't have it like that. Most people are living paycheck to paycheck out here.
And when we look at the cash savings of the average American man, around $5,300.
Cash savings, $5,300. That's what most people have. Most men have in their bank account. Most people don't even have $1,000 in their bank account right now. Don't even have 1,000. A couple hundred at best.
We begin to see the average man is just getting by financially.
Yeah.
The last category to discuss is relationships. They're the primary motivator behind almost everything the average man does. He gets in shape to attract women, works a job to support a family. They're why he does what he does. But how well is it working? How successful is the average man with women?
Struggling.
This is the timeline of the average American man. The average man has his first kiss at 15 years old. Around 17, he loses his virginity. He eventually gets married at 30, and he'll have 2 children in the following years. He'll experience intimate.
Those numbers are declining, mind you. Most people are not having kids. Most people aren't even birthing one. Average is probably 1 child now. So those numbers are on the decline. The kissing and the virginity. I lost my virginity before. Not for y'all to be in my business, but yeah, I lost my virginity. I think it was like my 16th birthday. So those numbers coincide. Most men don't lose their virginity till after high school. It's like college and in their 20s, man.
Intimacy with 7 partners by the end of his life, and around 54 times a year throughout his adult life. When
7 partners. Most men only have slept with 7 women their entire life. You hear that? Ladies and gentlemen. So the dating apps been having y'all effed up. Women just think out here, men just out here just slinging it around and just got all these options like women do. No. That's only a handful of men who get to bust down and pipe down all the other women. 7. There's dudes that ain't gonna have 5 sexual partners their entire life. That's crazy.
Single, he'll experience intimacy with 1 new partner a year, but he's in a relationship more than he's not. There's been a movement recently pushing the.
Let's go back there. Hold on. Let's not gloss over that.
When single, he'll experience intimacy with 1 new partner a year, but he's in a relationship more than.
Look at that. Most American men spend majority of their lives in relationships. I wish they do a graph on the difference. Do women spend majority of their time in relationships? So you see, men depend on relationships to have consistent sexual experiences with women. This is what this graph says. Most men aren't, when they're single, they're not getting no buns from no chicks. None at all. You see the dependency in relationships in men? So what that tells you, in theory, men need relationships in order to F around. Women don't. Women want relationships for the security aspect, for the financial aspect, because men still out earn women. Men want relationships to just have a consistent F buddy. Hey man, this video, it's a lot of important information here. Let's continue.
It's not. There's been a movement recently pushing the idea that dating is over for the average man. But I'm not so sure about that. Looking at the statistical averages.
There you go. Average man relationship stats. Loses virginity, age 17. Lifetime partner, 7% in relationships. 6. They spend majority of their life in relationships.
The average man's dating life isn't actually that bad. Anyways, that's all the numbers. So, let's get to the fun part. Let's figure out if you are actually above average. Taking the stats of the average man, I put together a program that takes your stats and cross-references them with the average man to evaluate your personal sexual market value. The program takes your stats and adjusts them to be relative to your age, and then returns the exact percentile you rank among the population, with the average man mapped perfectly to the 50th percentile, definitively letting you know whether you're above or below average, and by how much, at least as far as SMV goes. I also built an option to get a detailed report that gives you specific insights into your percentile, like your exact looks, career, and physique scores, as well as a personalized improvement plan. I spent months putting this thing together, and it's by far the most accurate assessment of yourself you can get out there. It's absolutely free. The first link in the description. Check it out. Leave a comment letting me know what you got.
Man, I will post that link in the description so y'all can rank yourselves. I'm gonna take it too. And yeah, man, I'm curious to know my where I rank. Where I rank. So let me know y'all thoughts, man. This was a great video. Man, hit that like button, man. The road to 5K subs, the grind don't stop. This your boy Hendrick, man. I'm out, and I'll be back with another one. Peace.